Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to our exciting webinar on Web Automation version 2 product release. Thank you guys so much for joining, and thank you guys, the guys online and the guys that will hear this recording not live. So let's dig into what we're going to discuss today, the agenda. So I'm going to give a little bit background about why we decided to redesign. Then I'm going to go into some features that are very key to the experience of web automation, some new things we built, some of the questions that you guys have been asking, some of the feedback, how we've incorporated this into the new web automation version 2. And then I'm going to do live demos. So it's going to be very interactive. And I'm going to be showing you live exactly how you can use some of these features and answer any questions live on the call. Okay, to introduce myself, so I'm Victor. I'm mostly the point of contact to most people. I'm one of the co-founders of Web Automation, and I'm usually the face of the brand. But we have a big team behind us. We do a lot of the engineering and make sure that your scrapers are always running. So why did we redesign? What is the purpose of this? So this is probably our biggest release to date. And we've got a lot of feedback from you guys over the last 6 months. People have asked for new features. People have been stuck on some issues. People have reached out to me for support. And we've put everything in together to kind of come out with the ultimate product. And this is what you have today. So this is not the end of development. This is the start. But it's a successful framework that we can use to build and add a lot more features very quickly. But the goal of the redesign is mostly to make sure you guys are successful. So when we look at the data, when we look at some of what you guys do, some of the questions you raise, we realize that not everyone is able to achieve what they're trying to do by themselves. So sometimes people can find how to run scrapers, or when things go wrong, they don't know what to do. Or some people just give up and never come back. So we want to help you guys to be able to be successful every time you come on the app, know what to do intuitively without really needing to reach out to myself or anyone of the team. Okay, so these are some of the other things that I'm going to go through. I'm going to go to the redesign of the navigation, the get started wizard, and something really important is the pricing and billing for existing customers and for new customers. Okay, let's get right into the demo. Okay, share my screen. Okay, you guys can see my screen, okay? I assume so. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the redesign quickly before I launch into some demos. So the very first thing you notice is that we've redesigned from a top navigation to a left navigation. So you can see all the different parts of web automation broken down into different sections here. Before it was very singular and everything was in one line. So now you have the dashboard, you have the extractor view, which is the most important part, where you can see all your extractors you have. You can manage all your extractors in one simple view. And then we have the marketplace. We've brought the marketplace from outside the app into the app. So now you can add new extractors directly from here. You can search in many, many different ways. You can search by category, by country, by use case, or even just search by keywords. Then we have the concierge on a separate tab now. This is where you can request new extractors to be built, or you can see existing extractors you requested, the status, when they're going to be complete, and some FAQs. And then we have things that we've just moved around your tasks. So if you have reoccurring tasks, this is a similar view you would have seen, but now it's dedicated and you can see exactly when your next things are going to be run. And something really important as well is the integrate page. We've separated that as well. So we're going to be adding a lot more integrations, so you can push your data directly into an external application. In this year, we plan to bring in things like Dropbox, Google Sheets, and many more exciting other applications where you can push your data to. And one of my favorite new features we've put in the design is usage. So we've got this feature now. It's very useful to you. If you want to understand how much you're spending and where your credits are going, you can use this view. So you can see actually, you can search by the extractor you have used. You can see how many credits you spent per link. You can see if it's taking pay-as-you-go or plan credits. But the whole aim now is that you can do some accounting, and it's very, very transparent. You can see exactly how much you've spent, how many rows you've got, how many credits you have left. So it's a very useful tool. But I'm going to go into, I think, my favorite part of the new design is the Get Started wizard. So it's right over here at the top right. If you click this, it takes you into a wizard. And the whole point about a wizard is that it gets you started really quickly. So this might not apply to you if you already have your extractor set up, but if you wanted to set up a new extractor, you could do this now in less than 2 minutes. So you get this same marketplace view, and then you can search for what you want. I'm just going to use the Amazon one because it's quick and easy. So I'm going to activate. So this happens as well. If you get a new extractor built, it will be on the marketplace. So you can search once. I'm just going to do a search now for Amazon. And I get all the Amazon scrapers. This is my favorite one, the product details. So I click on activate. It takes you into something very familiar to you guys now, which is starter links, where you have to put in all your starter links in there. But what we've introduced now as well, so you can control how much credits you spend. You can enter how many rows do you want to get back. Because sometimes when you scrape, it can go into thousands and you can use up all your credits, but you might only want to limit it to 10, for example. And then we've also put this as well to help you guys. So, you know, depending on the PDE you use, they have the types of links that you can enter. So we've put a guide. So you can see now where it says plus means that your link must contain this. Where it says minus, it means that you shouldn't have this in the URL. So I know this URL is good. I'm just going to save time, save and continue. And now it gives you a confirmation, tells you how much credits you're going to spend, an estimate. If you're happy, you click the Run Now button. And it starts running. But what's great about this is that you can see a preview of the data now, which we didn't have before. And all this happens in real time. So if you're really anxious and want to see your data, you can sit down here. It's probably going to take less than a minute, and we can start seeing some data appearing live. You can validate if this is what you want before you download the data. This is probably one of the top features that people have asked for. They always want to see a preview of the data before downloading. So we can see a preview now. We can see, we could scroll around and we could try to understand, is this what we're looking for? This scraper is very big and it's got a lot of columns, but you kind of get the general gist. Me in particular, I'm looking for price. So I can see the price coming up here, and I can see the title. But if you are happy with this preview, we're getting more data now. If you're happy with the preview, you would then have options to download right inside the wizard. And you have your most popular options, CSV, XML, Excel, JSON, and JSON line. But you don't have to sit down here and watch this very nice thing tell you what's happening. An email will be sent to you once the data is ready. Download is ready. So this is quite quick. But typically, you guys are scraping a lot more data. So you typically go away when you get the email. You come back in here, and then you can download the data. So you can download the data directly from here, or you can actually close the wizard. And this is going to take you into the regular view. And there we are. We can see we've got 10 rows. We've spent 40 credits, and it took us 1 minute and 28 seconds. Now we can download. So I'm going to do a download in Excel because I use Excel as a default. Save to my local. And I can see what this looks like. Okay, so I can see what's available. I can see, to me, what's more important is the title, the price, image, the ASIN. So for my use case, this is what I was looking for, and I'm happy. So I'll close this, and then I'm going to talk about this view as well, the extractor view, which is the most important view. Here you can manage all your different extractors. So you see all the extractors you create. Of course, I'm a power user. I've got thousands of extractors, but you probably only have 2 or 3. If you have more than one page, you can search for the extractors. Then you can see all the different sessions you've run. And you can get some more details about the session. You can download the data. You can get a quick view of it here. You can rerun it by just clicking the Run Now button. You can duplicate the extractor, which means that if you're happy with this one and you wanted multiple extractors running at the same time, you could just do an Amazon copy, and that'll duplicate the exact settings so you can run 2 of the same extractors at the same time to be quick. But what you notice as well, there's only 2 views now. This is to simplify the view, but if you want to get really fancy, there is the advanced mode. So if you click into the advanced mode, now you can see everything. You can see a README file, which kind of just tells you how to use the extractor, what's a valid starter rule, how to get the URL, some sample output, etc. Or you can do your tasks, which are your scheduled tasks. So you can configure your tasks and say, I want to run it every Friday, save it like you would normally do. And this will save this task every Friday for this extractor, and it will run the same session. Or you can integrate directly inside the extractor view now. So you can link this to MySQL account or an FTP or an Amazon S3. Or you can do the columns, which not many people know about. So this extractor is a good example because it's got a lot of columns, but you might just be interested in 2 or 3 columns. So you can save which ones you want to view on your exports, or you can actually change the column name. So you can make it more meaningful to you. If you want to change this to, I don't know, Amazon chart description, you can just write whatever you want, save that. And when the data comes out in the file, you see exactly this description. If you're a developer, now we've put the specific endpoints for all the extractors directly into the extractor view. And then we've put the API reference guide directly in the view. So it's just quicker to be able to understand how to use the API. And then if you want to get to be a super user, then you can use some of the advanced settings, which are beyond the scope of what a lot of people will need, but it's available. You can configure your extractor to be quicker, slower. You can put in different settings like anti-block settings. You can. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Just majority of us aren't advanced users, so I'll stop there. Okay, so that gives us a good summary of the Get Started wizard and how to manage extractors. I'll pause now and see if any questions from the users we have live on the call. Okay, I see a question in the chat. No. Okay, let's move on to something that people ask me a lot about, which is pricing and billing. Now, we've changed, we've kind of re-architectured exactly how the pricing works. The number one question we always get is, how much does it cost? How much am I going to get charged? How many credits am I going to run? We got this a lot of times, and we thought there has to be an easier way. So the new pricing structure is, for every predefined extractor, it's going to have a price per row. So previously you got charged per request. That wasn't very clear to everyone. So now we've changed it to a value pricing where you pay for exactly what you get. So if you get 10 rows of data out, you pay for exactly 10 rows. If you want an extractor and you get nothing back, you pay nothing. So you only pay if we're successful and you're successful. So with the Amazon, for example, this particular Amazon scraper, in there you can see it costs 10 credits per row. So if I ran and I got 10 rows back, I would pay 100 credits. So it's quite clear now, I think, and it's going to solve a lot of problems. But the same questions we get as well is, what price plan do I need? So if you go on the pricing page, what we've done now is we have a calculator. Just refresh this. And we have a price calculator now. So if you wanted to find out how many rows do I need per plan, so let me just find, so Amazon review scraper, for example. If you wanted to scrape Amazon reviews, it's 5 credits per row. You can then use the calculator and say, okay, I want 100,000 rows every month, for example. I know I need the $99 plan. Or if I just needed 1,000 rows a month, I know I just need the starter plan. So this is very useful for you to be able to estimate what price you need if you were thinking about upgrading or thinking about taking a new plan. The easiest way is just to use this calculator, because that's what I do when people ask me about this. We had an internal calculator, but now we've made this feature live on the pricing page. So please, guys, have some fun, play around with it, and understand how we work with the pricing. So I think those two things would really help answer that question about pricing and billing. But to reassure all our existing customers, you're not going to pay any more. So what we've done is that we've made sure that exactly what you were paying, you would pay exactly the same thing in the new billing or less. So we've actually reduced the price of a lot of our scrapers. We got the feedback as well that some of the pricing was not very balanced. So we did a refresh of the pricing. We've reduced the prices of a lot of the advanced scrapers. So you would only pay exactly what you were paying, or you would pay less, which is good news. Okay. And then the final thing I want to talk about as well, I'll go back to it, is the usage tab, which is very good for accounting. So you no longer need to speak to support to understand how much credits am I spending. So if you want a budget, you know you need to spend or get this amount of rows every month with a specific price plan. Now you can monitor it. So you can see the Amazon scraper I just ran. I can see every single link. So he's told me to scrape this link for 4 credits from my plan, and I can see how many I've scraped. 10. So I can see I've scraped 10 new ones, and I can see this on my usage monitor. And then I can scroll down and I can see how much plan credits have I used, and how much do I have left, how much do I have in the pay-as-you-go. So this is now total transparency. You're very clear about what you spend, and I think that's very exciting for us. Okay, so that's in a nutshell, the quick summary of all the new important features that we've launched. I'm going to open up the questions now for another 5 minutes. And if we don't have any questions, I'm going to talk for just 2 minutes about some of the new exciting features that we plan to deliver in 2022. So any questions for the guys on the live call? Okay, I assume no more questions. So just to talk to you guys, give you some teasers about what's coming up in 2022. We really want to focus on a few things. One thing is the integration. So we want to make sure that you don't always have to come back into the tool and download the data. So we want to make as many integration options available depending on what you guys use in your companies. So for example, we want to do the Dropbox integration. Some people like to put the data in Dropbox. We also want to do the Google Sheets integration because a lot of our customers use Google Sheets. So the data goes directly into Google Sheets. You don't have to come back into here. And then we have some other ones we're working on. We have a Zapier integration as well, which is already live in beta. We have some other platforms like Zapier where we want people to be able to push the data to. So those are some of the ones that are immediately going to come out. But we're taking more feedback from you as to what kind of things you want us to integrate with. In terms of new scrapers, the marketplace is growing every day. We're almost close to 500 scrapers. So the whole idea is that we want to be able to build some of the scrapers before you guys even request it, which make things quicker and cheaper for you. We have some social media scrapers lined up for 2022 because that's quite popular. And we always taking feedback and understanding some of the most popular sites that people want to use for lead generation or for conferences or for product comparisons. So please watch out for all the new scrapers that we add into the marketplace, because that could be something you're already thinking about using and we could be one step ahead of you. And then we also plan to improve the speed of our scrapers as well. Obviously, we're trying to be as responsible as possible because when you're scraping, we have to make sure that we respect the website that we're scraping. So we always try not to scrape too fast, but at the same time, our customers want us to be faster with the speed. So we're getting the right balance between speed, efficiency, and being responsible. So there's going to be a lot of improvement in the infrastructure side to make sure things work a little bit faster and more efficiently as well. Okay, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate all the support you guys have given us over the last 6 months, all the feedback, all the, I know we have some people on the call who have asked me for some feedback. I can tell you it's on our roadmap. We're going to do it very soon, and you're going to be very happy. We try and get through them as quick as possible, but this new structure is going to allow us to be faster. We have this feedback button here as well. So please, 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 we encourage any feedback. We listen to everything you say. If there's any feature you want, anything that not working so well, give us a feedback. We put it into our Jira board. We prioritize it. We never, ever throw anything away. We always take everything serious and you eventually get done. Okay, thank you guys so much. I think this is the end of the summit. We've spent the 30 minutes. This is the end of the webinar. So I will send the video across so everyone can rewatch it if you wanted. But thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys later.